The Slut Life podcast is brought to you by Slut Life brand. Slut Life is a clothing and lifestyle brand that firmly believes in empowering the sluttier side of yourself. As a thank you to our listeners, Slut Life is offering 50% off any one item on their online store at www.slutlifebrand.com. Use code SLUTPOD50 at checkout to receive 50% off any one item. That's code SLUTPOD50, SLUTPOD50 at checkout to receive 50% off any one item at www.slutlifebrand.com.
Be loud. Be proud. Be a slut.
Hi, sluts!
Hey, sluts! How we doing?
Welcome back to another episode. Sinners and Saints. It's our Halloween episode, and we have a very special one for you. We are talking about our most spookiest topic, booty play. And what better guest to bring on than Anal Aly and Scotty Maximum.
Hello.
Yes.
And who are we?
You're Cherry Bomb Bomb.
And you're Buxom goddamn Gusher. Oh, yes, bitch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, I asked you guys earlier how you got started into kink, and you said about 2022 is when you first started diving into kink. Tell me about that.
I don't even know where to start. I've always been kinky, and I didn't know that there was a community for it.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott was in before I was. So.
Yeah, I've been in the kink community since 2018.
Nice. Okay.
In and out, just experiencing until recently, and then met Allie, and we're full send.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The first time we were talking online, it was immediate kink.
Mm-hmm.
So
Aww.
I was like, oh, surprised I'm not vanilla.
Talk on day one.
Yeah. I actually read something recently that's like vanilla is the new minority, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
probably.
That's
Yeah. But good. I'm glad people are playing around with sex
Exactly.
and having fun. You don't have to just do one thing.
I think it's also just more comfort in talking about things that people are interested in, so it's not as hidden away. Because this always existed behind closed doors. And
there's paintings
people
on
figure it
caves
out.
of people being kinky.
Correct.
Like, it's always been there. So, you guys have also done shows with Lucy Risqué at Risqué Playhaüs. You've done Carolina Confidential. What has motivated you to go from taking it indoors to out in the public?
Oh, that's a good question.
The answer can be you're a slut.
Yeah, I'm a slut.
she's an attention slut.
I love being the center of attention and showing people what we love doing.
Yeah.
I think really persuades them to also kind of get out of their comfort zone. But also a lot of the stuff we do live, specifically shibari, like people don't see that in person. And when I got asked if I wanted to hang from the rafters in the bar, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like what?
Sounds like a good time.
Sounds dangerous, and I'm in.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
but
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to add to that?
I have never performed in my life.
No.
Not a performer. Allie grew up in theater and music and
All makes
dance and
sense.
stuff.
Yeah.
Theater kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this has kind of always been
Yeah.
her thing, and I'm excited to support it and learn and grow and figure out my artistic abilities. I don't know.
Well, but rope gives you an opportunity to be artistic, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is hard because I still require like structure and pattern, and I don't necessarily personally view that as art. I view it more as craft, but
Okay.
it's art adjacent.
Well, the canvas,
We're enjoying the art.
beautiful.
Thank you.
And
Yes,
your
Yeah.
art is the
Yeah.
rope. Yes. Yeah. And what you guys create together is so beautiful. I'm ecstatic that I got to see the pre-show at Risqué Playhaüs last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful seeing you guys actually like flow and work together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice experience, and I strongly encourage everyone to take a moment to go find some like live shibari if you can and watch it. It's a beautiful connecting moment.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
'Tis my happy place.
So
It's very calming.
what about Anal?
Oh my gosh.
It's why we're
that's
here.
her first name, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Aly.
First name
Anal Aly.
So Scott used to have a home dungeon literally under his house. And I didn't know what to expect, and so we started doing rope stuff, and he had an anal hook.
Yes.
So with predicament bondage, basically this one I was up on my toes, but I had the anal hook inside me, so if I moved my legs, it would pull up. So that kind of goes in with the shibari stuff, but with butt stuff, pretty sure the first time was in your truck.
Yeah, it was on our first date in my truck.
And it was our
Over
first
the center
date.
console.
Yeah, and I literally was like, lay me over your center console. And he's like, I have lube. And I was like, solid.
Yes.
So-
Even better.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. I love that.
We have a great love story.
I love that.
Would you like to share it?
Yeah, Ally's employer was one of my clients. I was there for a meeting. She came over to introduce herself. She should have been in the meeting, but the owner was dick. But regardless, I saw Aly on Tinder the next day and swiped right.
Of course.
And like 2.5 weeks later, we matched. Why is that, Aly?
Because Tinder's a hellscape, right?
I was terrified of
And nobody
swiping
likes
right and then being like, bum, bum, bum. It wasn't a match.
I hate that.
So I waited off, and every single time I would swipe, he kept popping up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh my God, it worked.
Yes.
So,
I think also my profile was, I'm going to say intimidating just because of how direct and blunt I was. And I'm pretty
Well,
sure
but you need that.
it literally is like, I am married, I'm poly, I'm kinky, I'm very kinky.
yeah, it
I'm
said,
into butt stuff, water sports, and rope. You need to at least be into 2 or 3 of these. Like that was pretty much,
But you're laying your cards out there.
Correct.
You're like, this is what I like.
correct. I'm very specific, and I don't have a lot of free time, so I want to not waste my time, not waste your time. Like just
Yeah. I
put
love
it out
that.
there and find the people that are interested in things that I want to do, and see if we have a connection with them.
Do you like water sports, Aly?
I was like, I knew the answer to that.
I love it.
We had to cancel an event tonight specifically around
Yeah.
sports, but yes.
Because
Yeah.
of a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's going to be rescheduled.
We will find
So-
time for it.
Can you briefly tell our listeners what water sports is?
Oh yeah.
So,
We like a lot of things relating to pee.
Okay.
Like I enjoy watching Aly pee. I pee on Aly. I pee in Aly. Aly drinks pee. Yeah.
I love it.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I love it. Seriously, thank you for sharing, because this is part of like getting kink out there and showing people that it's okay to be kinky. Like it's okay to like bodily fluids. It's okay. So yes, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
So circling back on topic, I actually didn't want to come in here empty-handed with just my experience of anal. So I did do some research, and I did want to give a quick shout out. I read Tickle My Pickle by Dr. Sadie Allison, and Exploring Anal Pleasures, A Submissive's Guide to Anal Play and Training by Luna Carthers. I don't know. We'll put the links in the bio, but I did want to do a quick shout out for what tools I have here today. And I think we should just dive in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll need to. Will you share those tools? Because I'm very vanilla when it comes to anal stuff. Haven't really gone down that path. I've experimented once or twice, but
Yeah.
not. I don't really know shit. So explain it in like a layman's terms kind of thing.
Yeah, we got you. babe.
Because I'm
Definitely takes
Super vanilla.
practice.
Yeah.
So
And I actually love that we have a spectrum of anal players.
Enthusiast?
Yes,
Enthusiast.
players here
Enthusiasm
because
level.
we have like beginner, we have intermediate, and we have experts. So I love that.
So you brought the informational material, and I brought nothing.
You brought questions.
I brought
And Allie brought
questions
show
and
and
my
tell.
open
Yes.
mind.
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm just going to go over the 4 parts of the asshole very quickly so people will have a better understanding of what sensation they're feeling in that moment. So you have the asshole itself. I am not going to call it a booty hole. It's an asshole. I'm going to say asshole the whole episode. And I challenged Daddy Gusher to start an asshole counter.
Oh.
No, he said no.
You're already past like 10.
Yeah,
So
like
if
that
you like
South Park
counting
episode.
now or like later?
Asshole. Okay. So the asshole itself is very delicate skin. It's similar to the skin of our lips. So you do want to be careful with it. You want to make sure that you wash your hands. You trim your fingernails.
Yes.
Trim your fingernails.
Well, trim and file.
Yes, trim and file. Don't just trim and then go in there.
Correct.
Trim and file. They need to be smooth. I am absolutely looking at you, Daddy Gusher. Trim your goddamn fingernails.
And then clean out
And-
from underneath
and
them
clean
too.
them.
Do a little brushing. Do
Yeah,
a little
get a
brushing.
little finger brush.
Daddy
yeah.
Gusher, I'm pretty sure that means if you trim and file your nails every day, that means you get butt play every day. So
That sounds like a win-win.
You better get on that shit.
Absolutely.
You better be carrying a pair of clippers.
Yeah. But your asshole is like, it has so many nerve endings. Like that's it feels good. And it's okay to like touch it and play with it. And then once you get beyond the asshole just a little bit, you have the sphincter, which is the muscles around the asshole. These are the things that you can flex. I'm literally flexing it right now. Yeah.
well, now I'm doing it.
See?
Obviously,
Let's all just
gotta
take a
just,
moment and flex our asshole muscles.
Can
and
the
that
microphones pick this up?
is your sphincter.
and you pucker and
Yes.
release.
Oh, my God.
Like it's like those Kegel ones,
I
but
was
for your
just about to
asshole.
say that.
I mean, I just, yeah.
Yeah, but you can do that. You can absolutely like work and play with those muscles and get used to using those muscles more for than just shitting.
Mm-hmm.
So
People shit?
I just
Allie, they shit their pants.
they do.
It's important. Shit happens.
It
Yeah,
does.
it
It does.
Absolutely.
And
if
then
it wasn't
you-
for shit, there'd be nothing to talk about.
It's
Correct.
true. It's true. Yeah. So moving past that, we have the anal canal. It's the first inch or so inside the asshole. This is where the squeeze and tightness comes from. This is also the full feeling that you have. That like, woo, double penetration, y'all. We're gonna get there. And then moving past that, we have the actual rectum, which is a 6 to 9 inch tube, which is a S shape and can expand during arousal. So that is the basics of our asshole anatomy. Thank you for coming to school today.
I know. I love this.
Thank you. We should have had a grid and like a pointer.
Do you want to demonstrate?
No.
Okay.
An overhead projector.
I'm good.
Right. So I will say for me, and I'm going to encourage all listeners, especially beginners, lube.
Yep.
There are 2 main types of lube. You can do water-based or silicone. Do y'all have a preference and why?
Water based.
Yeah.
Primarily, we like water based because we have a lot of silicone toys, and so you can't use silicone lube with silicone toys.
And tell us why.
If you don't know that, you don't do that because the silicone lube will literally deteriorate the silicone toys.
Yes.
Also, don't store silicone toys together because they will also eat each other. So
Yes.
keep it all separate and use water-based lube.
Yes.
If you're just using like body parts, I would say that, or like a glass or metal toy. I personally like silicone lube the best. It lasts longer. It has a better sensation. But we also do ass to mouth, and so the water-based lube is a better like flavor than the silicone lube.
Absolutely. I would
Yeah.
agree with that. Silicone's
And
fucking nasty.
We make our own concoction of
Yep.
lube.
Oh.
So that's important. Yeah. So this is something we really wanted to talk about actually, because it is very important to know the do's and don'ts about numbing lube.
Yes.
Because it can be dangerous if it's...
But it can also be good. So
Oh, yeah.
it's just like one of those things
lovely.
that can be. Yeah.
So I love, oh gosh, what's the skinny bottle one that I buy all the time?
I don't remember.
It is a specific
Brand that you like.
anal lube. But we mix a little bit of the
numbing lube.
Numbing
but
lube
it's like
with
literally
it.
one part of
few-
numbing lube
a
to 10
few
parts
pumps.
of water lube.
Yeah.
And then
But we're also, again, working towards like putting my fist inside
Yes,
her.
yes.
I'm a very large human.
Yes, I was going to put that disclaimer that you guys are experts. You are very familiar with your asshole muscles.
Yep.
I would not want a beginner to use numbing or even like the warming stuff because that can hide and like disguise things that you need to
Correct.
stop.
That's the issue is that
Yeah.
like there, because you talked about how delicate the skin is, it's really easy to tear and rip.
It
In
is.
fact, that's what Allie's dealing with right now. So we're on a hiatus.
Yeah, it's not fun.
sad.
And part of me is like, just use the numbing lube and
And then
just
we're like,
shove it
no,
in there.
that's not. We need to. That's
You
going to
gotta
make it
heal.
worse.
Yeah. But that's a good point. Like bleeding does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Micro tears do happen, especially when you're doing anal training. And that's when you're expanding the asshole. So it's important that if there's a lot of blood, immediately get help.
Correct.
Immediately. But like a little bit, it happens. It's a muscle, and like all muscles, as you're stretching, sometimes you get micro tears. So it's okay. What'd you pull out of your magic bag?
I have some awesome stuff here. So this is Whole Serum, and it is by a company called Asset. So you literally just need a little
Sponsor
baby.
Allie, please.
Yes.
Yes, right. So it says to soothe and improve. It also helps with any little cuts or anything down there, but I usually always use it but for bed. And it's just nice to have.
I'm pretty sure it's just Neosporin that they've rebranded.
Okay.
So it's like literally made
that
to
was
like
my question. Is that
it's
like an
lotion.
aftercare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
make your whole whole. And then but it's literally just a tiny little pump
Tiny little
bottle, and it goes a long way. This thing's still pretty full. We've almost had it for a year. But yeah, that stuff is fabulous.
Is it safe for internal use or just external?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all. It's
Okay.
yeah.
So it makes that skin very soft and smooth, but it also has really changed not just the feeling of my asshole, but also the color.
Yeah, like it doesn't have bleach in it, but
Yeah.
it like everything in it's all natural,
Yeah.
and so I think some of them have some like lightening abilities to it.
Yeah, so my asshole's glowing now.
We love that.
I'm
Yeah.
so okay. Now I need.
Yeah.
I want a glowing asshole.
That's where your power comes from.
Well, we've tried eating a lot of
gosh.
the edible glitter, and it doesn't
Oh
make
my
your
gosh.
poop edible. It doesn't make your poop shiny. So,
No, that's disappointing.
I know. Ugh. But yeah, that stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
And then again, lube's usually just a personal preference.
Yeah. But we'll literally stop in the middle and be like, all right, time to get more lube. Like,
Yes. Absolutely.
pause, go get the bottle, like,
Yeah.
reapply.
Because
Okay,
when
so
we're
it's like,
doing
yeah.
public stuff, all we got is spit. That works too.
Yeah,
But
that's why she's
got to be a
torn.
little bit more of a, tough cookie to
Yeah.
be able to just like
Yeah.
and
Expert level ass play. Don't do that, beginners. Please. That's expert level. That is, I do anal very often and have control over my muscles. Yeah. So, Cherry, what kind of lube do you normally? I know you're a beginner.
Water-based.
Water-based?
Yeah,
Okay.
water-based. It's called fuck water.
Fuck
Oh.
water. I
It's
love
called
that.
fuck water.
Yeah, like it's called fuck water.
Love that.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yes.
I love it.
I like both pretty much for the same reasons that you guys mentioned, like because you can't put silicone with silicone. Don't put silicone with silicone. Just gonna reiterate that. But water base does tend to need to be reapplied more often.
Correct.
But silicone just it doesn't agree with my body sometimes.
Yeah.
It does the weirds.
Yeah.
So
And that's something that you should definitely test. Like if you're trying out lube, test the lube for allergies.
Yeah.
Like you would 100%. Anything else. Don't just start pumping your asshole full of something that might
I do know that
try it on the outside before you try it on the inside.
Yeah, and I do know that for people with vaginas, some water-based lube has like some sugar content in it and can be more prone to yeast infection. So be careful about that as well.
Thank you. And I just want to applaud and appreciate the way you said that.
Yes.
It's very non-binary. I thank you for that. Okay. Moving on. So I actually had a listener question. How would you approach anal?
Shove it
like
in.
From
like us or
from the very beginning?
Yes.
For like me.
So
okay. So like scenario. I didn't ask the question for the record, but I am vanilla, so let's do this.
So I will tell you, I had one bad experience and didn't do it again for years. And it was because there was no lube.
Yeah.
Just went in dry.
No.
And I was like, no.
And also no
Spit
like
on that
stretching.
thing.
No, nothing.
Yes.
So with an anal expert, enthusiast, whatever you want to
connoisseur is what I call myself.
Connoisseur, yes.
We literally try to do anything and everything to prep. But, which is also something that we can talk about because that's important too. My biggest thing is that we have so many different sized butt plugs. And anal training is very important because you can literally just, I don't even know, try them all out. And when you get one in, let it sit for a little bit, whatever, and then go on to the next
Approach
one.
the next size.
And if you're feeling like this is where I'm at right now, that's fine. Don't push it. But yeah, anal training is very important. Sometimes I'll even take a butt plug to work. I've slept in them before, even in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. I have 11, so people control.
60% of the time, if you see us in public, she has one in.
Yeah.
I love having this knowledge. Thank you.
Yes.
And yeah, for a while we had the Lovense plug, which is like a Bluetooth connected one. And we had a spare phone that was literally existed so we could give it to people.
Yeah, so people would control my butt plug during kink events and
I love that.
Stuff like that. But it's just funny because all the people that did know, they're just staring at me.
And
I'm like, they're waiting for the jump. I love that. Do you have one in right now?
I do not.
Should have. Well, then
but we're taking a break. We're healing. That's right. That's right. I thought about it. I was real close to being like, you want to put one in?
So with the prepping, I have a lot of fun things in here.
Where do you get these?
So the ones I'm about to show you, I do have some favorite ones from Amazon.
Yeah.
Those are just basic ones.
Before you dive into your bag, when it comes to prepping, I do want to start with having the conversation with your partner. How would you go about having the conversation? Because anal is still a very taboo thing, unfortunately. And I think it's mostly because cis men are still afraid to experiment and have those moments, and because shit.
Yeah.
People are afraid of shit.
Yeah.
And shit happens.
Shit happens.
So I would say preparing that conversation with your partner that you want to try anal, maybe like go ahead and have that discussion of like, all right, if shit happens, how are we going to react to that? Are we going to clean it up, move it on? Is that going to kill the mood and we'll try again later? I would suggest having maybe some baby wipes by the bed for just in case.
I think those are all great ideas.
I will say Scott has been a freaking saint because he's super chill. Obviously, I can't see back there, so I don't know when it happens. And
I'll just be like, hey, let's take a break and go hop in the shower.
And I'm like, okay.
I love showers.
Yeah.
So we shower off, and then depending on how we're feeling,
and then we might just keep going. But it's one of those things like it's important to talk about because it does happen all the time.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt, it's gonna happen. So I just think my biggest thing is like I had to personally get over the fact of like being, freaked out that like, oh my gosh, like what if it's on his dick? What if it's on the toy? What if it yada 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 yada? So with him being so calm and collected about everything, it's been a lot easier to just do stuff and be comfortable with it instead of just worrying the whole time that oh gosh, like what's he gonna think about me? Like all this stuff. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking and it happens, but
it does happen.
Yes.
It's happened, like for me, I was recording something solo one day and I was using not an anal bead. It wasn't anal beads, but it was a glass plug that mimicked.
Had like bulbs.
Yeah. And I was just going to town and I was like, wait, oh god damn it.
Yep.
Cleaned it up, moved it on.
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's one of my favorite toys is any of the beads. Anal beads are great. I have the glass one in here. They're awesome. But because of it, popping and rubbing, it does collect more.
It does. It
does.
I would suggest, as with any sexual activity, maybe going to the bathroom beforehand if that would make you feel better. Just go ahead and exit your bowels and clean that
Allie has
out.
a couple, like, I feel like 2 different prep methods.
Yeah. And I did bring a bulb to show, but I actually don't like doing enemas.
I don't either.
Because it doesn't always work. And if you do it, you have to do it like an hour or 2 before play. Because if you just use it and then go at it, there's going to be so much
gotta
water.
let it heal.
Yeah. And that's what, like, we'll use it for, like, if we're filming something and no unplanned. But like normally, you're exactly right. Like, just go to the restroom and judge how you're feeling.
Absolutely.
And it might be a not today, and it also might be a today. So.
It might be, yeah. And I'm not going to tell you not to do not to enema. If that would make you feel cleaner, if that would make you feel safer, more confident and comfortable, try it. Give it a go.
I think there's a website called howtocleanyourbutthole.com.
It is very important to make sure that it is done properly too, because so I like the bulb actually a lot better than I've always done the shower one, where you're able to control the power, but it should barely bubble. It should not spray out, because if it does, like, that's going to damage the inside. So with the bulb, you kind of have control over how much you're putting in there and stuff like that. It is kind of weird because you're going to like angle your butt up and like squirt it in there. But I think that's like the easiest way to be able to control it. But yeah, I do take fiber gummies every morning.
Yes.
And I do take a pro and prebiotic every day. And I should be better about my eating habits. But I love French fries and chicken tenders.
Right.
So, but when we are filming, we just have to plan ahead and like, oh, like we're going to eat after, or we're going to eat at this time. We have this much time before filming. So we know, but it's very like, we got a plan, you know?
Yes. And I think that is important to mention, especially for beginners, is that anal is something that you have to plan.
Yep.
It takes patience, it takes communication, and it takes planning.
Yep.
So, yeah, absolutely. And I actually put a note on here about maybe avoiding greasy foods for 24 hours.
Yeah.
No! But if this is something that you want to, like, try and start diving into, like, I don't know, maybe don't try greasy foods for 24 hours and then play around and see what you like, and you can go from there.
And then to like back on the point about starting out, find a couple different styles of plugs and find one that you like, because they're going to be different comfort based on anatomy and just preference, I guess, too. And then get a couple different sizes and just keep trying them out and working up to different sizes and stretches and lengths and all that stuff.
Okay, so we have the lube. We've had the conversation. Now what?
So I would love Scott to talk about brat breakers.
Oh yeah. What? Yeah, I just love the company because of their name. So really what happened is I needed a new ring for Shibari, and I wanted one that had a built-in swivel. They're very expensive. I found a company in Australia that makes them that even with shipping, it was half the price of one I could find domestically. And I was like, cool, I'm going to order from Australia. And then I saw that their name was Brat Breakers, and I saw that they specialize in a lot of different sizes and shape, like nice plugs. And I ordered so much stuff from them. And it was great because they actually sent the wrong packaged to me first. And it was 2 other butt toys that I didn't order.
Yeah.
And I told them, and they're like, "Oh, just keep it, have fun, enjoy those." And I was like, "Oh, sweet, we got more butt toys."
I love
We literally
it.
have a storage bin under the bed that's just all butt toys.
And they're like categorized. So, I have 2 different kinds that Scott got, and this one is like the size of a Coke can, by the way. But they are very heavy. But they help with gaping. So
the wider,
these are awesome because there's also a size smaller than this, but that would get launched and lost in my asshole.
Yes.
So that doesn't exist anymore. Not that it, doesn't exist because it's in there, but because
It's not safe for you to use it.
so I don't need the small one anymore. But yeah, so these are awesome. And they came in a little bag and everything. They have cleaning stuff, all that jazz. But these, I don't know if it's because of the shape or whatever, but they are very comfortable and they stay.
Yeah.
So
and that's like, so this, this is silicone. And this company has like 3 firmness levels of the silicone that they make.
and they're clean if you want to.
And then they have like
Hold them.
25 different colors. So they're all made to order, and they just have the molds and shapes, and you just get to pick and choose what firmness. So I believe one of them is a softer and one's a medium, and then you can obviously tell the difference in colors.
Yes. I do want to bring that up. Thank you, Scott, that there are different firmness. So for anyone who has purchased dildos before, I'm sure that you have seen on the packages about softness, firm, ultra firm. So
The real skin where it's firm inside and soft on the outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you can buy butt plugs that are the same way, and that's something to think about as you're putting butt plugs in. That sometimes the metal ones are heavy, and maybe that's not comfortable, and
Correct.
that's okay. So maybe you need to experience with a different material.
Now, are these different sensations? Like, what do they do? Like, is it the same thing, or like, are they?
They feel different.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the pressure around when it's gripping is different on both of them. So this one is smaller around, so I feel like it's not, my butthole isn't like working
Asshole.
overtime. Asshole.
So it's more of the inside feeling.
Yeah, and then this is, it grips, but I don't
soft.
know.
It's
Also, they
squishy.
kind of look like candles. I just realized.
I can see how and I'm going to say the green pair for the
like
people
these.
who are watching online.
The large necked.
Large neck, thank you. The large neck ones would be good for gaping because it doesn't have that smaller neck to back in.
Yeah, like these that.
Okay, and this
narrow
is
back
much
down.
firmer, yeah.
But they do also have a flared base.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
That's one
Flared
thing I
base.
do know.
Also, be prepared that you can still lose toys with flare bases.
Absolutely,
It's
I do.
happened
Yeah.
to us. It's
I have a
happened
story.
independently.
Yeah. I have a story to share when we get there. So, yeah, please,
Yep.
if you're comfortable sharing it, I would love to hear it. So, what if you're not comfortable with actual insertion? That is so cute.
I found it. I thought I left it at home, but it's here.
Like, where would you start with butt play for someone who's not quite ready for the actual insertion?
Pressure, like fingers on the outside, just
Yeah.
pressure. You can use like 2 or 3 just to keep flat, just to like put pressure on it, or a vibrator on the outside of it.
Yes.
I like
tongue on the
tongues.
outside,
I was
yeah.
just about to say.
Yes.
We're big proponents of eating ass. It's
Yeah.
2024. Come on, let's do it.
That's right. I actually put in my notes, we eat ass now, Grandpa. It's true. It's true. So I would definitely say if you have never done anal, or if you're, I feel like for a lot of people, our first experience was that god awful one, and then we never do it for a year or two, and then it's like, well, okay, I guess I'll try again. So if you're in that position and you want to try again, a baby step I would take is maybe definitely just finger play, pressure, licking. You can tap it, you can swirl it, use
Stick a
lube,
vibrator
Yep, so
on
use lube.
there.
vibrators on your assholes. It's a treat. And you deserve a treat.
It's great.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes. And then, so I would consider that a mild thing. Cherry, would you want to share any?
I have eaten ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have.
Have you had
Yeah.
your ass eaten?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
How do
So
you feel
like
about it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
receiving. I liked giving. That wasn't an issue for me.
Yeah.
I've done it multiple times, but
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
not in a long time, but
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know.
Well, it's always going to
It's
be
worth
there.
starting again, you know.
Yeah.
Now that I have more educational.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to encourage using lube even for that, just so one that you can get used to using lube with as play, and two, it helps just makes it smoother as you're rubbing and touching. And then when both parties, not just one, when both parties are ready to move forward, you can then insert a finger. I would maybe say to the first, maybe second knuckle. Just sit there.
Yep.
Sit there.
Yeah, that's key, is to just like go in and let it acclimate.
Yes. Don't just start wiggling around, pumping in and out. That's why anal takes patience and time, because you have to sit there and like actually connect and communicate with your partner of like,
But not
okay.
sit there.
well,
Sorry, I was being funny.
but but when you're both ready and you can communicate, hey, I'm feeling pretty good. You can slide it in a little bit more. Maybe you can start come hither a little bit and maybe add another finger and just take it step by step. And then when you're ready, you can introduce a plug. Do you have a favorite plug that you go to?
I think for me it's an aesthetic thing.
Yes.
I love the ones with the gems. And then I just got an LED one with a remote. So
Like you can change the lights.
Yeah,
I love just flashy booty.
we're extra. We
Yeah.
like being
Yeah.
extra.
I love that.
And I could have matched it with the witch hat if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So I actually have a listener story about the jeweled butt plugs. Those are also one of my favorite. And then I heard the story and went, I maybe need to reevaluate my butt plugs. So someone sent in a story where they had a jeweled butt plug in and their partner was like pushing on it.
And it popped in.
And it popped all the way in.
oh no.
Yeah. And they had
Because
to,
a lot of times, like, I mean, kind of similar to the bigger ones that
Yeah.
we just saw here, like the plug itself is bigger than the flared bases. So if you've gotten comfortable to the point to getting that, and that's just, I mean, it's applicable to probably any plug.
Yeah. So I definitely want to make sure you guys look at the bases. A lot of plugs nowadays come with more like a smaller plugs, I would say, come with a more of a lone square kind of.
Oh, yeah.
So it sits nicely in the ass crack. So, but yeah, don't be pushing on.
I feel like
butt
that
plugs.
one that you're talking about where it has like the elongated
Yeah.
base, Allie likes for like long-term
Yes.
wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's comfier.
Much more comfortable than like that big circle while you're trying to. Yeah, I agree.
And I really love the Levins, but the base is like awkwardly flat. So it like when you're out and about or sitting at a bar, I can't like sit on my ass.
Yeah.
I like have to sit with like
on a cheek.
my foot under my butt or something because it just needs a little space between my ass and the chair. But
For what it's worth, Lovins has like new models that they've
Yeah.
apparently improved, and I would imagine ergonomics is one of their.
yeah.
I would love to be one of their testing people.
I know,
like,
right?
can you wear this for a couple hours
Yeah.
and tell me
Give
how
us
it
your
feels in
feedback.
your asshole? That
I'd
sounds
be
great.
happy to.
Sponsor Allie, please.
Anal Aly.
Yes. All right. So now we're inserting. We have plugs in. We have fingers in. How do we make the jump to a larger toy or penis?
It's the same process,
Yeah.
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 whether it's a toy or a penis or whatever else you're using. It's put the tip in and wait.
Yeah.
And then, okay,
you.
ready for more. Okay, let's go more and wait. And then maybe it's just strokes that are very shallow that just move, but they're not coming all the way out, or they're not going all the way in. It's just a
Yeah. Sometimes he'll just go in and just stay there.
Yes.
So, because he's well equipped. So sometimes I just am like, okay, wait, I need a break. And he's like,
The
wait,
full
break
sensation.
in or break out? And I'm like, okay, now you can keep going. Like it's,
Yeah. But that's important to have that communication. And that's one of the things about anal is that it can open up a more intimate relationship with your partner because you're having to actually communicate about
Yep.
what feels good and what doesn't.
very important.
Yes, yes, and sitting in it, sitting in it, small strokes, letting the receiver maybe back up into it, letting them have the control of it sometimes, and play around with it.
Yep.
All right, Allie, I want to see your bag of toys.
Oh yeah, okay.
The rest of the toys.
Yes,
these are great, and then the asset. Oh.
Oh yeah. What? So we haven't used this yet, but so we are, I would say, approaching experts just from a anal sex, like regular, rough, on average 1.5 times a day. I would say 95% of the time we have sex, it's butt stuff. Like
I was about to say, the majority of the time we fuck, it's in my butt.
Yep. So next up is width and depth, and so we're getting some depth toys. We're working on my fist.
Yeah. Where are we at on that?
You can.
We're
all
so
of my
close.
the skin of my knuckles
so
gone, so you can
close.
only see my tattoo on my hand. Wow. So we're
Congratulations.
right there,
You.
but it's just that next step.
It's so
The goal was to do it
close.
last year. And we were just so close. And so she had a lot of people with smaller hands than me that wanted to do it.
They're like, I'll fist you. I was like,
yeah.
did I ask? I'm just kidding. It's so crazy though, because if you didn't, oops, there goes a vibrator. If you didn't know this, so female hands can curve inward. Male hands cannot. So his can't
Collapse
do
the
this.
same way.
So
did not know that.
when you go in, you're supposed to go in as like this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
your
make
pink-
it basically
like your-
taper.
yeah.
It. Yeah.
Mamma mia.
Peaching your fingers together. Yeah,
Yes.
Mamma Mia, chef's
Yeah.
kiss.
Yes.
That's for the listeners. That's the shape you're making.
So you go in like that. And like some people will actually do a fist. It's not comfortable, and you probably can't get it in that way. So good luck.
Until you're like super expert, like
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah, so we're very close, like very close. And every time at the end where we're like, oh, golly, all right, we're good. He's like, great job. And I'm like, yay, I did it.
I love that.
So we're getting there. And then, so yes, I have a bulb. You mentioned beads. This is one of my favorites. I will use it in all the holes. Yeah, it's great. It uses the same charger as literally everything we own. So there's this.
That's key for us. So
one.
we're
convenient.
consolidating. We're only buying toys that use this style magnetic or USB-C. It's one or the other. Like I'm no longer buying.
Is this the one you have? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real close.
Oh yeah.
I love this because it curves.
Yeah, I
very
see that.
slightly, and like it's so great.
Beautiful.
But I also love the big flat piece up here because it's easy to hold for me, so I'm able to just go at it, and it's easier to navigate basically than just a normal one. This one is not that bad either because it is flared, so I can hold on to it. But also this thing's freaking powerful, so gotta watch out for that.
What do you have a preference? Do you prefer like metal, glass, silicone? What is your preference inside
Dick.
your asshole?
Yeah, dick.
Flesh.
All natural.
I do like glass. I love the way it glides. And if I have my rings on, the noise it makes, like it's I don't know. It's like
I'll get you the tingle.
Girl,
Yeah, it's
you
everything.
don't gotta explain shit to me. I know. I'm a glass slut. I fucking
Glass,
love
yeah.
glass.
yes. And then this one's another one too. It's a little curved, but like it's the noise. Like I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
like typing with nails. Like
Yes.
I want it.
So
yeah, just a girl.
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. I also feel like we were talking about cleanup and stuff. I feel like it doesn't get as messy as silicone toys and stuff because I feel like it just holds on to those.
It probably cleans easier too.
Yes, it does.
Glass is also great for temperature play. So if you
Yes,
want to start
I love
experimenting
cold.
with that. Yes, not warm. I want cold.
Yeah.
I'm I'm with you, Allie.
We like
Cold
using
in my
ice cubes.
asshole.
My partner Charlie just ordered us butt plug ice molds so we can literally make the normal jeweled shape butt plug in 3 different sizes out of ice. So
Nice.
we're really looking
It
forward to
can
getting
melt
that.
in my butt. Oh, I'm so excited.
Love that.
Yeah. So, and Scott works with ice all the time.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm very excited about this. And we did mention water sports earlier. So,
This is a spider speculum. I've
never
Yes.
heard
made
of
for
that.
stretching.
so I will say this
kinda hard to
was
operate.
difficult to get in because these little guys like to.
You have to be already like stretched and relaxed for this one. We have another one that's slightly smaller that is easier to use.
So basically, it goes in this way, and then you're able to tighten it, but
Crank
it
'em down.
does expand. So the last time we did water sports.
Not
last time.
No.
We do water sports all the time.
Yeah, water sports is next up.
The last time that Scott pissed inside me.
yes.
You can say that.
yeah,
I was like, what can I? Okay, cool.
pissed in your ass.
Yes,
Yes.
pissed in my asshole.
We tag it as explicit. You can say whatever.
Solid. So this was great for that. We also have a tunnel plug.
It's a silicone plug that's just really
Hollow?
firm and hollow, so it doesn't collapse.
So, but this thing's very heavy. So it's like kind of hard.
And it's also
heavy.
awkward because like how wide the ring is has to sit on the outside of your butt. So
Yeah.
it's good and bad. It's just
gives and
different.
takes.
But it's
That
is
very
mean.
intimidating. And
It
we like
belongs
that,
in the
too.
dungeon.
Yeah.
Each of those wing nuts individually, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's fun. And we have a ton of toys. Obviously, they wouldn't fit in here. And then the last,
Unless you had a Mary Poppins bag. you
oh
know.
yeah,
That'd be great.
the last thing in here is my offering. So
Oh,
We'll
okay.
save that.
Okay,
I'll
we'll
wait.
save it. You mentioned earlier that you had a whoopsie and lost one.
yes, this was not in my asshole. This was in a friend's asshole.
Oh no.
And he, oh man, I was so sad. It was my favorite vibrating butt plug. And it had this little loop at the top and it would vibrate and it would flick. And this was his first time ever having a toy in his asshole.
Oh no.
But he was very excited and I was like, you need to relax a little bit more. And he literally just sucked it up. And I was like, and he said, what? And I said, you ate my butt plug. And he was like, what do you mean? And then he's panicking and I'm like, let me in there so I can get it out. And he was like, no. So then he laid on my guest room floor, bathroom floor, with like an entire thing of lube and was just like trying to get it out. And I was like, lube's not going to help. So then,
Yeah, this stage lube is just going to lubricate it to go further.
right.
You're just sending it.
You're right. And I was like, this was like, I don't know, an hour and a half later. And I was like, do you want my help? And he said, no. So then he's like, I'm just going to go home. And it's funny because you can hear it vibrating.
Oh, wait, because you can't turn it off because it wasn't a remote controlled one.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even.
don't
I've
know
heard this
if I
story
love or
so many
hate that.
times and I didn't know that. And that's
So anyway, he
even more
leaves.
interesting now.
I get a text at like 5:30 in the morning. He's like, I passed it. Do you want it back? And I was like, bro, you literally sucked that up. It's all yours. He was like, thanks.
Your
and I was
body
like,
was
oh
like,
my
it's
God.
for you.
And then we haven't talked since. So,
Aw.
but I was so
Was it because of
sad.
that or?
I don't know.
No, it's okay.
No, actually, he ended up having a girlfriend and didn't tell me.
Aw.
And so,
Oh, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, communication,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
Communication.
Hence, like I said on my Tinder profile, it's like I am polyed and partner and dating other people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
just
So,
be direct about it.
absolutely.
yeah, I think he did slide into my DMs not too long ago, which was very random because this was back in like 2021. So it's like, bro,
Years later.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, no,
That's
no,
a lot
thank
of
you.
butt plugs ago.
Yeah, I've seen so many assholes since then. Yes. I have never lost anything in my ass, knock on wood, so far. But I did lose, I'm going to put in quotes because you can't actually lose it. I did lose a Benoit ball.
Yeah, Benoit.
Oh, it was my first time with those. I panicked and freaked and didn't know how to like relax. Relaxing is so important. It is. As soon as I relaxed and squatted, it came right out.
That was a stressful fucking night.
Oh, man.
But this is also where I want to caution you on using food for sexual activities.
Yeah.
You can lose stuff and it can cause infections. So please be careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to go to the doctor if it gets to that point. They deal with this and worse and more.
Yeah.
And they will just get it taken care of and be like, all right, thank you.
And give it back to you.
Yeah,
they will
correct.
give it back to you and tell you don't do that again.
So like don't be ashamed. Like,
absolutely. And just go get it out of your ass. It's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've had toys break or get sucked up 3 times on separate occasions, and it's a really jarring, scary situation. And then it's like you said, trying to calm the person down and be like, hey, it's fine. We can take care of this. No worries.
Absolutely. Yeah. When it comes to inserting objects into your ass, have you inserted non-anal stuff into your asshole?
What did you do at your birthday party?
So last year, I had someone blow out a candle out of my butthole.
I love that.
Yes. Sorry, my asshole. And so this year, I was like, we're going to top this. So we stuck 3 in my asshole, and the person who blew out the candle the previous year blew them out this year.
Yep.
So now it's just a tradition.
I love that.
And
because you're training, you can get more and more
That's the
candles.
goal.
Yeah, I'm like,
Have you seen the Sharpie butt challenge? Yeah. This is what we're going to do with just more candles every year.
Yeah.
We did learn, we learned don't have the fan blowing where you're lighting it because we were trying to light the candle and it just kept dripping wax and it never caught on fire. And she's like, this hurts. What is taking so long? And I like, oh, the fan is literally blowing it out. And we
it
didn't
was
realize it.
dripping in my cooter, and I was like, my lips are on fire.
You're like,
I didn't sign up for wax
And,
play.
and we always buy the spicy candles that are on the upper edge of the safe for body play.
Yeah.
Because that's what we enjoy. So
they melt
if you use wax,
fast.
look at the melting
Yeah.
temperature. It's important.
Yes.
Don't use a random ass candle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Definitely don't get the scented one.
Yeah, they also have like massage oil candles. Which
Right.
I
Those are like super
too. I
low
love
temperature,
those.
really great. Yep.
So I did have another listener story that I wanted to share. Unfortunately, the stories everyone wanted to share were nightmares, but I feel like we have done a really good job of explaining how to avoid these nightmares and if they do happen, what to do. So this one in particular, someone said that they were giving anal and they had Mexican food earlier that day.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And in the middle of giving anal, their penis was like on fire.
Did they have hot sauce on their hands?
No, a little like chili or jalapeno or something, a little seed
Oh no.
got into the slit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ow.
So this is also why you should
my
caution what you're
gosh.
eating before anal.
Oh my. I've heard the like eating spicy foods and like not washing your hands enough and
Oh, Daddy Gusher's got a story about that, but I'm gonna let him share that on another day.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yes. Okay. And then I actually wrote down because this is one of my favorite like shocker porns. Because I like people doing fun stuff with their body. Like, oh, you're gonna put that where? Let me watch.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, I watch a lot of extreme anal videos.
So you have seen the bowl of cereal.
The bowl of cereal. No. I was thinking of like Sis Sweet who puts a baseball bat in her ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
she will do like
Which does still have a flared base.
she'll do like 3 double-ended
Facts.
dildos without a flared base inside and then push them all out separately.
Yeah. Push out oranges and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Expert.
Yep.
Yeah. So the cereal one, actually a friend introduced me to this one, and now that's like my favorite. Have you seen the cereal porn?
Oh my god.
But the woman's like face down, ass up. They have already gaped her pretty open and literally pour Fruit Loops and milk.
Wait, I've seen
and
it.
eat out of her ass.
I have seen
no
it.
way.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
We need
Yes.
the link. I
He
definitely
loves
want to watch
cereal.
this.
Yeah.
I do love cereal. Yeah. I would.
And all I could think was, man, that milk's got to be cold. Tell me
Oh
more.
my gosh.
I love that.
Oh wow.
Wow. Well, Cherry,
Allie's on the fence about food play.
I'm with you because
It was, well, we went live on OnlyFans and did human banana split.
you did.
Yes, and I had bananas and stuff rubbed all over me, and she loved it. I, on the other hand, it was funny because when I rewatched it, I was
You see the
literally
moment she
going like
recognizes
this,
she's-
and I could see myself. So I started
Sensory
going,
overload.
She does the.
I started dancing because I was like, "Oh, I look awful right now."
And it was just
It
like
was a sensory
it-
thing.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was more sensory, not just.
100%.
That's why I've never done a cake smashing. I want to sit on a cake so bad, but like, the sensory.
He came on a cake, and I ate it off the cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't
You ate
think
it
I
off
sat
the
in
cake,
it.
or did you just eat the cake?
Both.
I licked
Both.
the cum off the
and,
cake.
and a friend wanted Allie to smash cupcakes with her feet. So she
Oh,
did
I did that.
Yeah,
that I
absolutely.
can do.
Yep.
So, yeah, food stuff's great. I would not. I've seen people stick bananas in their assholes. I probably won't do that.
That's
I
too
don't-
soft.
I also tend
Freeze
to
it.
get
Okay.
UTIs and yeast infections very easily. So anything that's not safe, body safe, probably gonna avoid.
Yeah, just-
Personally.
We like sex too much to not have
Yeah.
sex, so
Yeah.
we tried
Just
to
do it
do
safe.
every. Yeah, correct,
Yes,
correct.
we
don't-
get tested regularly. It's
Yep.
very
Yes.
important. So, and yeah, I mean, even though it is your asshole, it still is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
it's going in your body.
Yep.
yep.
And for vagina owning people, like, you also want to be cautious of drippage, like from asshole to vagina. Y'all mentioned earlier going ass to mouth or ass to pussy. There are precautions or things that you should be aware of if you're going to take on that kind of play, that you do run the chance of running or getting infections or UTIs or something. But
Right.
I'm not going to tell you not to do it.
Yep.
It's your body. Like, do it.
Driving down the street just as risky,
Just as
a different
risky.
risk. So everybody
Absolutely.
needs to do their own risk assessment and determine what they are comfortable with and their partner's comfortable with. And
Yeah. Do your research.
Yep.
Yeah. Cherry, do you have any questions? My
Oh,
mouth.
no. But for the record, I haven't lost anything in my butt. So.
oh no. This is like
Anywhere down there. Sorry,
so-
that was on my mind like the entire
I have to
time.
make
I was
sure
like,
this is out there. Yep.
I have to say that.
I
I've
need them to
also,
know.
I've also not lost anything in my butt.
So yeah, okay. So
I've
that
done-
goes back to the question. So you both do anal.
Yeah, me less. So
indifferent.
I tried it on my own years ago, and it just doesn't do anything for me. I've used fingers and toys and plugs, and none of it did anything for me. Allie enjoys eating my ass. I enjoy that happening. She likes using fingers. It's just indifferent to me. Like, I would rather efforts be focused elsewhere.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
okay.
love it. I don't hate it. It just
Indifferent
doesn't,
with it.
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
supposedly like the guy's prostate's like a female's
Yeah.
G-spot, and
Yeah.
I don't feel that sensation, so it's not something that I seek out. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because I've talked to a lot of other people that will swear up and down about
Yeah.
it.
Now,
Yeah.
how did you get into like wanting to find out about it? Or, like,
To try it myself.
yeah.
I was always into anal. My first girlfriend and I had accidental anal that went really great. It was a great story. We were having sex on a pontoon boat
Hell yes.
inside of a barn. So like it was docked. It was parked on a trailer, parked in the barn at the lake property. We were there with friends and we snuck off to fuck, and it was summer in South Carolina.
Yep.
And it's hot. There's
wet.
so much sweat. And it just slipped in, and we both noticed and looked, and she was like, wait, and she literally was like, give me a second.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. And then we were just like, easy, better, more,
Yeah.
harder, faster, stronger, longer. Like it just, yeah.
I love that.
So since then, I've been hooked. I'm
What a
like,
happy accident.
yeah, correct.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So naturally, it was just like my partner after that liked it to an extent, but not a lot. which then kind of let me curious to be like, oh, I want to try it, right? Like see what it's like. And again, I'd always heard that it's supposed to enhance pleasure in men, and I just didn't feel that, so that's why I just don't pursue it.
Yeah, and that's a great reminder that all bodies are different. We might have some of the same parts, but it doesn't mean it's always wired the same. Yeah.
And like, I know what you like.
Correct. So. Yeah. And like, I really love Aly eating my ass, not because of the pleasure, but because of the act.
Yeah. Just looking down and seeing it. Yeah. The voyeurism of it all.
Yes.
I'm a voyeur, so.
I also love watching our porn after.
Yes.
It makes me like so horny.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I'm like, I don't even need to, you know what? We're in North Kakalaki. We don't even get to watch porn anymore.
We don't even get to watch porn anymore. So we have to watch our own
and watch that. And it's
I'm
great.
like, I'm hot.
Yeah, literally.
Thanks.
Yes. I'm like, damn, we look good.
I'm doing such a good job. Look at me. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I will praise myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we need to wrap it up. Where can the people find you?
Oh, all right. So on Twitter, it is the real Anal Aly.
Just give them your website.
Oh, yeah. AnalAly.com.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
That has the links to everything because every platform is different.
I will say I wasn't allowed to put the word anal in my name on OnlyFans, so it is AnalAly. So if that throws you off, you're on the right track.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we're not able to put slut.
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
See, yeah. I'm Scotty Maximum, and my website's scottymaximum.com, and all of my handles are Scotty Maximum, so it's easy to find me.
Hell yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because people are who they are, if someone wanted to approach you guys, is there a preferred method?
So, yes. We recently made a house account on FET. So I'm not getting bombarded. He's not getting bombarded on our personal accounts. So that is Maximum Residence. Okay. So that is a great place. And then Scott's really good about reading messages and responding. So just reach out to him.
Reach out to me.
Daddy Gusher's mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, people.
It's my manager.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
My
All
manager.
right.
And for what it's worth, like Aly and I are open to collabs for sex work and content and fun.
Butt pics.
Butt pics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have some fun. Well, thank you guys for being here for this spooky topic.
No, this is great.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
Thank
This is
you
our
for
favorite.
sharing.
Happy Halloween.
Yes,
Happy
that's
Halloween,
it.
everyone.
I'm sorry my costume isn't complete.
What is it?
This is so our friend has a friend that's moving out of country and she's getting rid of a lot of her stuff because she doesn't want to travel with it. And so he brought back this 2 giant bags of costumes and sex toys and impact toys and was like, y'all have first dibs. And then whatever's not will pass to the rest of the community and just like let people take what they want. And
I love kinky friends.
Yeah. It's the best.
so this is, I just saw this and it was just a really great hooded fuzzy vest. And because I also like cold. And so I like being cozy, but I don't like full length stuff. So this is great that it's sleeveless. And then I found out that it's a sweater shirt, whatever, from Princess Mononoke.
Nice.
Which is an anime. And so this is like a sweatshirt about that. And I saw, as soon as I saw that, I watched the movie because I've never seen it. And it's a phenomenal movie about deforestation.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and
That's my favorite.
And so I'm gonna go as Princess Mononoke. And so I need to finish out my costume. But
so we're gonna go to Goodwill and probably find him a dress.
Find a dress.
Yeah.
And get a headband and some wristlets made up and
Red
stuff.
paint.
Yeah.
And some red paint. Yeah, red face paint. Yeah.
Have you seen? Oh shit! Have you seen
No.
Princess Mononoke? Another one on the
I'll put
list.
It's a great one. It's a great
Yeah.
one.
I have seen parts of it, but I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
I am not an anime fan, but I do love Studio Ghibli.
Yes.
I do love, Miyazaki films. I love them. They're beautiful.
They are.
The food always looks delicious.
Yeah.
You're like, can I eat that? No, it's a cartoon.
Bro, Howl's Moving Castle?
Yes. All of it. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
And Princess
the,
Mononoke,
the
hands
like the
down.
artwork, the story, the music section,
the
like
story
everything
line,
is
too.
the colors, like it's just all really, really good.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Do y'all know how we sign off?
No.
Oh, you'll figure it out. Thank you for joining us today. Always remember, be loud.
Be proud. Be a slut.
Be a slut.
Be a slut.
And your sluts.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Slut Life Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a rating or review in our podcast to share the love. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss out on what we have next. Follow our Instagram at SlutLifePod to keep up with all the fun. And always remember, be loud, be proud, be a slut.